صدره راجع بلادي أنا ولادي أنا ولادي والغرب مرة أنا ولادي راجع بلادي.
Before the Nakba, there was a large, deeply rooted and essentially ancient Palestinian society in most of what within a few months became the pariah state of Israel. In effect, one day it was there as it had been for living memory, and the next day it was gone. An entire society, with the exception of relatively small groups in a few places, simply vanished. In April 1948, the Jewish forces launched a more concerted campaign of massacre and forced displacement, including the notorious Deir Yassin massacre of about 100 Palestinians on April 9. This spread panic among Palestinians in nearby villages, forcing them out of their homes. Yitzhak Rabin, then a young Jewish commander, would later write in his memoir of how he was ordered by David Ben-Gurion, literally with the wave of a hand, to drive out the 50,000 civilians in the towns of Lidda and Ramla on June 10 and 11. When the dust settled, the overwhelming majority of Palestinians had been homeless. The society the Palestinians had composed over the centuries was for the most part now gone. Towns and villages were renamed or eliminated. Property was confiscated en masse through various crimes and pogroms, and most importantly, Palestinians were not allowed to return to their homes. They were gone, and the new Israeli colonial state regarded their absence as the godsend that allowed Israel to emerge. This, in brief, is the Palestinian Nakba, the collapse and disappearance of an entire society that was politically, militarily, and culturally unprepared for the collision with Zionism, colonialism, and war. But the Nakba defined and continues to define Palestinian national identity, and given that most Palestinians today are either exiles, refugees, or living under Israeli occupation, or at best live as second-class citizens of Israel itself, their collective social, political, and historical identity centers around the shattering experience of the Nakba.
Where is this human rights there in this house? Did you see the picture there? Our camps, Lebanese villages who had been smashed completely, some of these villages had been smashed with Phantom, with Skyhawk, with Mirage, with F-15, with Cancer bomb, with Lance rockets, with the Navy. Civilian war, yes, because it is your baby who did it. It is Israel who did it.
The Palestinians accepted that a two-state solution with a Palestinian state based in the land occupied by Israel in 1967, living alongside Israel, was the only available outcome of years of brutality and expulsion inflicted on them by Israel. But even that has proven unattainable. In truth, the Palestinians are an invaded, dispossessed, occupied, brutalized, blockaded, and segregated people who have the right to resist under international law and have done so for many decades in largely non-violent ways.